James C Burns, Sgt Frank Woods, Call of Duty Black Ops 1, 2, and 4. And this is the channel of Edwin Carnby. Badass.
But how's life been treating you and all that kind of stuff?
How's life been treating me? Life treats me well.
Really?
Yeah. So what's going on, man? What do you want to talk about?
Well, for one, how did you get the role of Frank Woods? Like, how did the process work?
I actually went into audition for the technology to basically they're testing the technology for performance capture.
I see.
So I went in to do because I had some stunt training, weapons training, and then I worked with them for about 3 months on doing that, and it just stuck. You know, they just liked me, and I wasn't supposed to be Frank Woods, but then, you know, they just liked what I did so much during the testing that they decided to keep me. Simple as that. You know.
I see. Like, that's awesome. That you got to play such a memorable character. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's great. It's a great gig.
And what character would you want to voice the most in any video game genre, depending on I guess a main, a villain, anything?
I don't really. That's not how I do things. Like when opportunities come, I take them. Every gig is as important as the next gig. So, you know, if I get offered a job on Mortal Kombat, I would take it and do my best.
You do great in Mortal Kombat. I'm not gonna lie, you do great.
I'd love to do Mortal Kombat. Yeah.
Which actor you look up to as an inspiration to your acting career?
I came into the business late. You know, I was in my 40s when I started. There was not really any type of template for what I did. I was a hockey coach prior to being, I was a full-time hockey coach prior to being an actor. So I had no one really to emulate because everyone who was doing what I wanted to do had started off when they were in their 20s. You know, we started off young, and they had decades of experience by the time they got 40 years old. So, you know, and so I found myself in a room against guys like guys who were established stars in their 40s, and I have no resume, so I had to find the way to get it done. I kind of had to build it, you know, brick by brick, basically.
I see. And I didn't know you were a hockey full-time coach. That's amazing to me.
Yeah, that's what I did for a living. Played for money for a while, then I coached for 20 years.
For what team you were coaching?
What?
For what team you were coaching?
Professionally, I was a player coach for a team in Belgium called AKA Herentals. I was a player coach there. I coached juniors. I ran a hockey program in New York City. Actually built a hockey program at Skyrink. Started off with about 15 kids and ended up being the biggest hockey program in the tri-state area. Then I had a junior A team called the Berkshire Blues, and then I coached a semi-professional team called the Ice Pirates, and we traveled to Europe a lot. And then I had hockey camps. Had a summer camp up in Quebec. I had a residential center in Massachusetts, and then I had a school down in Mexico City. So
amazing. And you said that you traveled a lot in Europe?
Yeah, sure.
Have you visited Romania by any chance?
I would love to go to Romania. I have never been to Romania.
I'm from there.
Yeah, I could. I know you're definitely
Slavic. It's kind of obvious.
I heard the accents. I figured you're somewhere, maybe Hungary, maybe Slovenia. I was in Slovenia. We were in Slovakia. We were in Czech Republic. We're there, yeah.
Yeah. And I think I should just get to the hot one. Is there like a particular reason why you didn't get the recall for Woods in Cold War?
No idea. I have I have no idea why they didn't reach out to me at all. I mean, I don't know. I have not been in contact with them. Woods has been very successful for them. The character is well, the character is beloved for 10 years. People love Woods, so why wouldn't they bring that? And I wrote Black Ops. I wrote all my dialogue for Black Ops 4 and Black Ops 2. I wrote all the dialogue, so I had, I just had a lot of insight, a lot of I don't know. I don't know why they decided to bring in a guy to imitate me. I don't know. I don't know why.
Well, for one, I don't like, how do I say this? I'm not actually upset about the new guy, but I just found it like really, really awkward, like how he was trying to imitate you, because there's only
we don't know. I mean, this is it. We don't know, because I haven't talked to him. I'm trying to get him on my show, but I haven't talked to the guy, so I don't know what either they asked him to come in, okay, try to sound like the Woods that we have now, or maybe he just sounded that way and they hired him because he's. So either way, it's not about the actor. It's about, well, if you're going to have somebody who kind of sounds like me, why not just hire me? That's the question. Like, whether he was directed to sound that way or whether he sounds that way organically, it still begs the question: why wouldn't you just hire me?
That's true. I mean, if you're gonna find like a better Frank Woods, if you're gonna attempt that, good luck, because there's only one Frank Woods.
Yeah, and it's again, if they brought somebody in and just changed the character, that'd be interesting. Like maybe make him African American, like make a quantum change. But to have him have the performance be so similar to what I did is like, well, and it's just whenever you try to imitate somebody, it just falls short because it doesn't have the organic flavor of what we had built, So yeah. I don't know. It's a mystery, man. It's a total mystery as to why that happened.
We should start a conspiracy theory.
I don't know. I don't even know where I can't even conject as to why it was. I have no idea. I have not talked to them. They have not reached out to me, except I'm in contact once in a while with their PR department when they feel like they want to make sure I don't say certain things, or they call it. Hey, look at make sure you
respect the
responsibility.
That cigar kind of thingy in your hand that you carry all the time, is that like real or fake?
Oh, it's pretty fucking real. It's called Backwoods.
Really?
That's fake. Why would you think it was fake?
I don't know. I just thought it was fake for some odd reason.
I don't smoke them. I just kind of suck on them. They taste good. And actually, I used this during the shooting on the set as well. This is part of one of my props.
Really?
Yeah, I just like them. They kind of relax me a little bit.
I see. I mean, I'm no smoker myself.
I've never smoked one ever. I've never smoked one ever. But I do like just kind of sucking on it and
I see. Do you have like a favorite Call of Duty Black Ops that you ever like voiced in?
For me, it's all one long game. Like Black Ops 1, we started working on Black Ops 2 really close. Like, Black Ops 1 came out. We did the VGA, then we were in meetings about doing Black Ops 2. So it never really stopped for me. There was a sort of like Black Ops 3 came out, and then I wasn't part of that. And then Black Ops 4 came. So in Black Ops 4 was really an opportunity at the time to, when they gave me the writing job to write, the Specialist HQ, I had talked with Dave Anthony about it and said, well, we're trying to tie up a lot of the loose ends. We're trying to get, Black Ops and trying to get Black Ops 1 tied into Black Ops 4. So, we're trying to wind up the story. So to me, it's always been one long story, one long experience. So the games don't really change for me. It's still the same character. I just have a deeper knowledge of who the character is now.
I see. And it was for blackout purposes, like the Battle Royale mode?
Yeah.
I see. Okay, now that's a funny one. Do you have a favorite voice line of Woods?
It depends on my mood. It depends on the day. My favorite voice line is probably the one somebody asked me to do in the moment. Because I don't remember half the lines I had. There's thousands and thousands of lines that I've said over the years. So, You Can't Kill Me is always a big draw. You see that Hind, hey, nurse batshit, where are my smokes? Safety's on, dipshit. A lot of these are improvised lines anyways,
Yeah.
So, it depends on the environment. I have no one specific one. I'm flexible.
I see. I mean, I can tell you're pretty flexible with like your words and stuff.
Yeah, you gotta be, right?
You gotta be.
Adaptability.
Exactly. I was actually nervous trying to do this interview because I didn't think you were gonna respond. It just got me by surprise.
Okay.
Whew. And I also heard that you voiced in the Yakuza game.
Yeah.
Who was the character you voiced?
The head of the Yakuza, I can't remember his name. It's all right, man. I do so many of these that sometimes I just forget. I just go in, I knock it out, and move on to the next thing.
I see.
And a lot of the Japanese names are hard for me to remember. Thinking Marcusa.
It's a pretty hard name to remember. Give me $10 and I won't even remember that name.
Yeah, it's and plus I only worked it wasn't like Black Ops where I worked for 60 or 70 days on it. It was one day in and out. I just knocked out the voice. So I don't remember the character name. I just remember being very intimidated by the Japanese actor who did it because he was just such a. The Japanese have a very guttural, very visceral way of doing things, and and it doesn't translate into English. Our language does not facilitate that type of sound, right?
Yeah.
So when you hear it, I'm like, oh fuck, I can't emulate that. Fortunately, I always try to take ownership of my part. Like, okay, how would I do it? I was fortunate to have a director who said, yeah, we can't try to imitate this guttural thing because the English language just doesn't. The way we make our sounds, our oral sounds, just is different. They have a different way of, actually a different mechanical way of speaking. So,
I see. I mean, the Japanese language is hard to learn, but if you put passion into it, you can master it.
Yeah.
And I got one question, like out of me personally.
Yeah.
Do you have a military background?
Did I serve? No, I did not serve in the military.
You didn't?
Did not, no.
I would consider you a drill sergeant. Not gonna lie.
Well, remember, a lot of what I do, a drill sergeant. What's a drill sergeant? Then more just coach.
Yeah.
It's what you're sensing in the character is a sense of authority, a sense of caring, and it's a very masculine way of showing compassion. You fucking got this. I'm on your side. You can fucking do this. It's all about building somebody up to make them better at what they do. And being a coach is the same thing. You're demanding discipline. You're demanding attention. You're demanding focus. you're demanding, you develop your skill set. These are all the same things that you would get from a military personnel. We have a lot, sports and military have a lot in common.
Yeah, I
Teamwork,
heard.
understanding how to work in the team, how to do your job. What is your job? What's asked of you in the moment? Those kind of things.
Yeah. Have you been doing like any shows as of currently? Like, let's just say before the book. Well, C19.
I was on a roll before COVID. Yeah, I was working on a lot of TV, had films lined up, a few commercials, but COVID kind of kicked the shit out of the business over here. I got a movie coming out hopefully for Christmas called 92.
Oh yeah, so I heard.
We shot it, 11 different actors, shot from their homes in 11 different countries. It's a big film. It's really interesting film. It's a science fiction type of thing, but yeah, I stay busy. But the industry has really slowed down a lot. It's starting to come up again, but
I see. What else was I gonna ask? Because I just forget the questions. Do you play your own games?
Poorly. Yeah, I play, but I'm not good at it.
We're all learners.
I don't even own a system. I have to go over a friend's house and play on their system when I get a chance. But I think me and a video game would not mix well because it's just a lot of time, and I have an addictive personality. So if I started playing, I could really get sucked into it. So I don't want to keep it in my house. I have too much work to do to let myself get stuck online for several hours at a time.
I'm guessing you have kids that like get drawn into that.
Kids.
No,
I have no kids. No.
Not even married.
I'm not married. I do not have kids.
Wow. Now that's a thing I didn't know. Like, wow. I mean, who wouldn't want to marry you? Like, honestly. You're just a charming individual.
Oh, well, what are you going to do? That's funny.
I wasn't trying to be funny, but I guess I'll take that. I'll take a point for team.
You got to laugh at it. That's good. It's funny.
But, like, what else? Because I just get so many things mixed up in my head. I'm just super, super random. I'm random with pretty much everything in my life. And I'm trying not to swear, like, in front of you.
Good shit.
Like, I have a lot of respect for you. I have a lot of, like, respect in your acting career, for Woods, for everything that you've been doing,
Thank you.
Certainly. And where was that one question? Oh, wait. I'm just scrolling like a madman. So, okay, I'm just gonna go for random stuff. What did you have for lunch? If it is even lunchtime.
What did I have for lunch today? It was my girlfriend's birthday, so we went out to a restaurant, and so basically it was steak, eggs, bacon, and home fries for lunch, leftovers.
I didn't know you had a girlfriend.
I do, yeah. For a while now.
For a while? Like, how long? The while.
How long?
How long?
A couple of years.
Couple of years.
But I have known her since 1991.
That's a long time.
Yeah, we used to date back when I lived in New York, back when I was a hockey coach, and we kind of found each other again a few years ago. So.
Amazing. I mean, hopefully the relationship will last. You know what I mean?
Even if it doesn't, it's she's good company, she's good people. So if it doesn't last, then there's a great thing. But I got a feeling she'll be sticking around for a while. I mean, come on, she's dating Woods, for God's sake.
Who wouldn't want to date Woods? Like I said.
Well, You know it's a character I play. It's not me, right?
I know. I know.
Yeah. Okay. Just to make sure. Yeah.
I know you, Mr. Burns. Well, I don't know your middle name.
Charles. James Charles Burns.
Charles. I'll have to keep that in my mind.
There you go.
And then, when did you start acting, like, professionally? Even if you were, like, let's say, a beginner. When did you really start?
Never really was. I never really got to be a beginner. Well, I'm always a beginner. I'm a beginner. I always have. It's called beginner's mind. It's a very Zen thing. Always act like you're starting out. Always be open to being new at something, so you can always learn. You know, always be willing to learn. Let's see. I committed full time to acting in 2005. I had done a couple. I accidentally booked a couple commercials when I was playing hockey. I booked a Wheaties commercial, and then so every now and I was in New York. So every now and then I would go up for an audition or something. But I wasn't. I made a living from being a hockey coach. I owned a restaurant, so that's how I made my living, and playing music. You know, doing that was the stuff I did for a living. Acting happened. I transitioned out of coaching. It took me about 2 years to transition out of coaching until I felt comfortable enough where I thought I could make a living as an actor. So it wasn't like lightning. I kind of made a game plan and I followed it pretty closely. And so probably around 2006, 2007, I felt like I had some momentum, and then I got a job on General Hospital as a recurring character. So that convinced me, okay, I can do this full time now. I can make a living doing this. It wasn't. I mean, it's a fucking hard business to make a living in.
Acting or acting or
acting. Yeah, being an actor is very hard. To make a living as an actor is a pretty big deal. It's a big thing.
It is, like remembering lines, how to improvise.
Well, no. I mean, in terms of the business itself, the competition is fierce. You know, only 11% of the industry makes more than, I think, $16,000 a year. You know, most actors live around the poverty level, or definitely have to have a second job. So to make a living as an actor, I mean, to make what? If you need to make $33,000 a year to be basically to get like insurance from the union. The average actor doesn't do that. So to be able to make a living. And you know, I'm not rich. I'm comfortable. I don't own a house, but I have no debt. I own my vehicles, but you have to be really good with money. And I'm a working class actor. You know, I need to work to, again, I am not struggling. I'm not starving by any means. I'm comfortable, but most people hear about Brad Pitt and George Clooney. Like that's 0.00001% of the industry. That's like 9 guys do that. Tom Cruise makes $25 million a picture, but rest of us make scale. If maybe you make $1,000 a day, it sounds like a lot, but maybe you only work 15 days a year. But you get taxed as if you're making. So that's the thing. People have a concept that if you're fairly visible, you're rich, and I'm not. I'm just a guy who's bangs out a living every now and then. That's all.
Yeah. Like, if you come to think about it, for one, I'm still questioning why you're not verified on Twitter to this day. Like,
I can't get verified because they're not doing verifications anymore.
Wow. I find that an insult to injury. Even my friends find it an insult to injury.
Man, I don't pay enough attention. I should pay attention to that shit. Like I just started asking people to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like I don't really pay attention to it. It's something I do. I if I want to talk to somebody, go talk to you. If not, I don't. So I really don't make it. It's not something I wouldn't be a good Instagram person or a YouTube person. I do it when it feels okay. I do it when I have my spare time, but I'd rather be out working in my garage. I just don't put enough time into social media.
What type of work do you do on your garage?
My girlfriend owns some women's clothing retail stores, and I have an engineering degree, and I'm a carpenter. So I build pipe, steam pipe, retail fixtures, and I do installations of I do carpentry work for retail stores.
I see.
When I want to.
I see. I mean, how much do you get paid for carpenting?
I'm not gonna talk about that. It's less about the money than it's my girlfriend. So, that's I do whatever it is, whatever she pays me. It's not nearly what it's worth, but it's I do it because I love her and I want to help her out. So,
obviously, and it's understandable. You, like I said, you're a charming person.
Ah.
And what type of music do you play? Because I find you like a rocker person, like a metal.
No. I'm very eclectic, man. I am not at all what you think. If you turn my truck on, you're gonna have the first cut's gonna be Vivaldi. Maybe some Chopin. Then you're gonna hear, a little, Crazy Train, and then some Marshall Tucker,
Crazy Train, Ozzy Osbourne, Rock On.
Yeah, then and maybe some Marshall Tucker and Charlie Daniels band and other country music, and then I love the blues. I play. I was a blues guitar player. I love the Stones. Pink Floyd. I'm all over the freaking map. I'm all over the map. I like what I like. So and the stuff I write is fucking eclectic as hell. Yeah.
You write music?
Yeah. I actually have a couple on my YouTube channel. I wrote a few spoof songs, some Call of Duty spoof songs, one that's called Hey Mason, and it's I like being creative. That's why I don't spend a lot of time worrying about things, because I have too much to do. I have a lot I want to get done. I got scripts to write. I have songs I want to record. I'm making a Christmas song, a Woods Christmas song, based on the 12 Days of Christmas.
A Woods Christmas song. I can already imagine it.
No, you can't. You can't even begin to understand. But it's I do. That's why I'm writing a TV series. I got a film I'm trying to get produced. I do poetry. Woods is going to do some poetry readings, and there's going to be all these. We're building a whole platform to. I get a lot of requests from people for different things. So I'm trying to build I built a website where they can come in and request a birthday song by Woods, or I'll do a poetry reading by Woods, and Woodsified things. There's a lot of demand for that, and it's really fun for me to interact. And that we're starting a mentoring line on the YouTube channel for, I was a coach, and I like coaching. So I do a lot.
You sure do. And I'll also make sure to plug in your YouTube, Cameo, Twitter.
Let me send you a link to all that stuff.
Sounds good.
Yeah, let me do it right now. Here. I'll send it. Where should I send it? I'll send this on your
on my Twitter.
Twitter. You're right here. There you go.
It's actually sad that I have 2 Twitter accounts.
I have 2 too.
You have 2? Oh yeah, you have Sgt Frank Woods as well. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, Sgt Frank Woods, and I got the other one.
Yeah.
Well,
are you more of an Instagram person or a Twitter person?
Dude, I don't fucking know. I don't fucking do it. Do you know I have Instagram? I was on a little show called Dirt. Is it like a teeny bopper show on Brat Network? And the girl who played my daughter was a great kid. And the 2 girls who played my daughters were great. We're having lunch and they started talking about Instagram. So they set me up with an Instagram account. And that's why it exists. It only exists because these two girls were at lunch one day. You don't have Instagram? Nah, I don't. And they set it up for me. So that's why I have Instagram.
Literally the same case scenario with my friends. They're like, "Oh, you don't have Snapchat?" I'm just like, "Nah, I don't have Snapchat. I don't need it."
It's work, man. It's work. It demands time. You have to pay attention to it. Like my friend Lilia Buckingham, she played my daughter on the show. I mean, it's a full-time job for her. She does it all the time. It's a full-time job.
It's crazy. Crazy how social media can turn into a full-time job in like just like that.
if it's you're making a living for it, then it's great.
It is great. Well, if you could say something to my fans as like of Wood's voice, what would it be?
Well, this is Wood's voice. I don't really modify it too much.
This is well
in your Woods own voice. He's just more amplified. He's like, "You can't kill me." That's how I sound when I get angry. Come on, move your ass over here. That's just who I am. So I don't really. I'm not making up a voice. That's what I sound like. And that's just funny when people walk, "Hey, you sound just like Woods." I go, "Well, yeah, that's what I sound." I'm not a voice actor. That's not what I do. I'm an actor who just his voice gets used in this way. There's guys out there who actually can make 1,000 different voices, like Nolan North and Troy Baker. These guys are fucking skilled, man. Me, I'm just this is what it sounds like. This is what I am,
Yeah, I like that you're original with it. You're very original, and I respect that. A lot of people should respect your originality, but they're like, "Oh, Troy Baker this, no one knows that." Give James credit.
You know what? I've been in. Those are great guys. I know. I've met them both. We spent a lot of time together at different Comic Cons. They're really great guys, and I'm pretty much a one-trick pony. Troy. I mean, look what Nolan North does. He does dozens of different voices. And he's Rick Toffin, and he's just a really talented dude. I don't have that range. I'm pretty much. This is what you get. If you go to my demo, you're going to see dozens and dozens of TV shows and movies. But I'm pretty much the same guy all the time. I'm a cop. I'm a soldier. I'm a bad guy. I'm white, so now I'm the racist. I'm the villain. No. I'm the Klan guy. This is what I do. I always play. Guys who are in authority or guys who are kind of, have a lot of intention. So, but it's a living. You can pay me how much to do what? Sure. I'll call you names for $1,000 a day. Why not?
Wow. Yeah. You're just like, hey, take that money, call me names.
It's what I do for a living, man. It's what I do for a living. It's not personal. It's what I do for a living.
It's nothing personal, just business, my mans.
It's just business.
Super, super business. Do you have like a favorite TV show or a movie that you acted in?
Yeah, it's called Cold Water. It's a movie. It's called Cold Water. Very proud of it. It's basically the character is Frank Reichert. He's another Frank. It's basically I shot it like right on the heels of Black Ops 2, and it's pretty much Woods. Yeah, if Woods retired and became who ran a boys rehabilitation camp, like a reform school, behavior modification. So it's a good movie. We're very proud of it. It's won a bunch of awards, and I'm really happy part of it.
How many awards
Cold
did it
Water.
Win?
Yeah.
How many awards did it win?
I have no idea.
My guess would have been 4. But I'd have to Google it up.
Yeah, I don't know. I know it's won awards because people tell me. I won a Best Actor award in the London Film Festival a few years ago. I had no idea. In fact, when I won the VGA for Character of the Year for Black Ops 1 for Woods, I was up in Portland on a job, and hey, listen, you're nominated for the award. I go, what award? I'm working, man. That stuff. It's you really. you got to put it behind you. You got to look at the next thing. You can't look at what you did or how you did it because it's gone. That moment's gone. And that's just the hockey training. I never allow my guys to ever pout or to celebrate too long. All right, celebrate. If you score a goal, celebrate. But if you're in a play, if you're doing something, and you make a mistake, if you pout about it or you get angry at yourself, make me ape shit because you're not focused on what needs to happen next. You're sitting there, and it's very selfish to sit there. I don't care. You have a job to do. Finish your job. Get to your job. The idea is like if you miss a shot on net, you got to either get the rebound or play defense. Don't sit there and bang the boards or get pissed off because you're taking yourself out of the game. So for me, that's how life is. If I'm thinking about something that happened in the past, I'm not focused on what needs to happen right now. I'm not being productive. And so that's one of my pet peeves. You go where your attention goes. You go where your focus is. So if my focus is in the past, I'm in the past. I try to keep my focus always on what's happening next. What am I doing next? How do I maximize this next moment?
That's very good advice. I'm not gonna lie. That's a very good saying.
Yeah, I like it. It works for me.
Do you know who originally said it, or was it something that you came up with?
It's very much a Zen. It's man. There's every self-help guru, every religion, has always been the same thing. In Zen, your thoughts are, your mind is a blue sky. Thoughts and feelings are the clouds that drift before your eyes. There's everything's like you go where your attention takes you. I'm reading. There's a book I'm reading now by who's it by James Allen. It's called "As a Man Thinketh," which is a quote from the Bible. So that's where your brain goes is where your life goes. So if you're focused on what happened 1,000 years ago or 100 years ago or last week or something someone said to you, you're dead because you're not moving to you're believing in it because now you're giving it your attention. Belief is what we give our attention to over a sustained period. So if I want to believe that, well, my father was screwed out of a job when he was 12 and I'm mad, you get nowhere because you're going to end up fighting all these angry battles that have no reason to be fought because it's over. You can't change it. You can't change the past. Although, right now in the United States, we're working really hard at doing that, which I don't understand that at all. But, we're working real hard at changing how we see the past. And yeah, you can do that, but wouldn't you rather, figure out what you want to do next as opposed to, make sure you can shame and blame somebody for something they did 100 years. Well, that happened 150 years ago, so that's your. No, I wasn't there. I'm going over here. I'm over here. I'm moving here. I'm doing this. So. You
got to think ahead of time.
Well, I just try to keep stay focused in the moment at least. What am I doing now? I'm talking to you. It's 7:08 p.m. After you, I got to move on to something else. This is what I keep doing. This is all I can do. I have power over nothing. I have no control over anything except where my attention goes. Everything else is out of my control, but I can control what I focus on.
Of course. Well, you said 7:08 p.m. Bro, my time is 5:09 a.m.
Holy shit. Romania.
I don't care. I'm going to say F you to online school for the day.
Well, we have about 6 more minutes and I got to get out of here. So just to let you know.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
We've been going for 30 minutes. I've been going for a while, over 30 minutes.
That's crazy because I'm a random person. You're a random person like me.
But we have something in common to talk about. We're having a conversation. Most people can do this,
Exactly. When you have like a great conversation, you just don't want it to end.
Yeah, when I do my live streams, I'm supposed to be off at 4:30. It was 5 o'clock. My show's supposed to run an hour and 15 minutes. It always goes 2 hours. I start talking and having conversations, and that's the beauty of what I do is I get to talk to a lot of people all over the world, and the people they fascinate. People fascinate me. I love even Romania. Come on, man. When do you get to talk to somebody fucking Romania?
I mean, there you go. James Burns, AKA Frank Woods, said it.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much all that I have.
Well, that's good. You did good. You did a good job, young man. You did a good job.
Thank you. Oh! Guys, we've done it. We've smashed it. We've smashed it together. You know what I mean? Together. 20 years. 20 years I've existed in this world, and I've got to talk to a fucking legend. I had to say it because this was gonna be my only swear word. You know what I mean? So I had to make it worthwhile. But again, subscribe to James, aka Frank Woods. Give his cameo the love that it deserves. The follow on Twitter. I'm not sure if I can count Instagram or not, but we'll also count Instagram just for the sakes of it, because James is an awesome dude. I respect the dude, and I respect the voice actor of the Woods that was in Cold War. I have nothing against him, but just all the love. But I still found it kind of just a big no to the fact that he tried to impersonate the Frank Woods that we know, James Burns. That shit just cannot be replaced, But that's pretty much me for tonight, you know what I mean? It's 5:14. I'm not sure if the screen was capturing the entire time, but I hope it was. I hope in the footage that it was. I fucking better see the screen. Otherwise I'm gonna be very pissed.